There we go. Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. Let's get started. Are you ready for me? Okay, let us start. Come to your seat first. However you sit, just make yourself comfortable. However you normally sit. Just walk yourself side to side. First thing first, a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Bracing your hands over your knees. And we just feel for articulation of your spine. Forward and back, forward and back. On your way back, can you pull your belly in a little bit? Round, 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 look towards your belly. Inhalation, almost like you're searching up into the sternum as you look up. Exhale, round, look down to the belly. Couple more together. Here's your inhale. Brace into the knee so you feel that nice traction in your spine. Again, here's your inhale, exhalation. Inhale and exhalation. Here, right by your mid-back, 2 fingers down, there's a lumbar in your thoracic juncture. Can you wiggle that spot? Just side to side, oscillate that spot for a moment. Okay, it's almost like I'm asking you to shift your ribcage right to left a little bit. Now, from this spot, can we go for a half arc? Half arc, almost like you're massaging the back of your rib cage, the back of your lungs. Half arcing side to side. And how about the front arc? Half circle, front side. Arcing and arcing. That space right about where your liver and your spleen is. Can you must give it a little massage? Now, can we now start to loop? Your rib cage is in a cylindrical motion. Relax your neck and use the motion of your elbows to sort of help you with this circular mobility. Here we have, inhale, half loop, exhale, another half. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, relax the neck and exhale. Couple more here. If you're not used to it, just do the best you can. On your way back, this process, see if we can start to articulate your core and pull the belly in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale. Exhalation. Almost like you're really trying to maximize the mobility of your spine. Opposite now rotation. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. These ones you can do on your seat, on the floor, or on your chair. Wiggle every single day, lubrication of that TLJ, because that's the most flexible part of your spine. If that thing starts to get stiff, forget it, everybody suffers. So meanwhile, can you feel like you're massaging your internal organs here? Everybody inside is really going to appreciate you quite a bit. Okay, a few more together. See if you can let go of the neck as well, right? So this is version 2, when you start to release, let the cervical spine be part of it. Now, while you're doing this thing, put one of your hands to the lower part, lumbar and your sacral juncture. Because you notice every time when I ask you to lubricate that TLJ, you can't help it, but the lumbar sacral juncture also gets well massaged. See if we can feel that. Okay, there you go. Next inhalation, let's search up. 2 fingers, but right by your crown. Give a little bit of tap, 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 and we're going to search up into the space high above you. Take an invisible thread from the crown into the heaven above you. Okay, a little circle with your tongue. If that's not possible, do it with your lips. Inhale through that little circle, unfold, looking up. Exhale through the mouth, ha, all the air out through the mouth. Again, inhale through that circle. Exhale, ha, through the mouth, all the air out. One more together, inhale. Exhalation, all the way out through the mouth. Inhale, unfold, almost like you're drawing radiant light, circle of light around you. Sense of connection to the heaven above. Sunday now, you connect to the energy of the sun. Take that sun from the crown down into the midline, and you resituate yourself back to that center. 3 more together. If I am not for myself, then who will be? Let that settle in. Energetically start to tune in to the center of your being, from the earth out into the sphere. And if I am only for myself, then what am I? And if not now, then when? A shaft of light from the heaven above, passing through your crown, passing through your brow point, passing through your throat, passing through your heart, your solar plexus, your navel, back into the tailbone, from the base of your tailbone, back to the earth again. Okay, let's come up. Actually, come lie on your back. Let's activate your core a little bit. Feet goes right underneath your knees. Both hands up above you. Wiggle your fingers. Take a deep breath there. Exhalation through the mouth, head and chest now off the floor. On your way up, curl that tailbone up a bit. Look to the belly, pull your belly down, down, down. Hold on to your breath, pull your belly in. Hold it, no breath. Again, inhale, head down. Hold breath. Curl your tailbone skyward. Exhalation through the mouth, head and chest come off the floor. Hold at the end of that exhalation. Pull your belly in, chin in. No breath as you hold it. Hold 2, hold 3, hold 4. Slowly inhalation, rounding down again. Third one together, deep breath. Hold, curl your tailbone skyward. Exhale through the mouth, head and chest. Follow your hand, arms are straight. Look to the belly, curl that tailbone up for a moment. Hold 2, firm 3, hold it. Hold 1 more for me. There, inhalation, releasing. Once you return, stay here. Some of you take your feet now, ankles skyward. Ankles together and press up into the balls of your feet. Deepen that breath, inhale. Hold breath. Curl that tailbone skyward. Exhale, follow your hand, head and chest off the floor. Look to the navel, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4, hold 1 more. Inhalation, head release, find breath, tailbone goes skyward. Exhalation, head and chest come off the floor. The end of this exhalation, we hold, curl that tailbone up. Hold 1, hold 2, hold 3, no breath as you hold it. Inhalation, rounding now. Slowly, slowly come down. 1 more together. Deep breath. Hold on to that breath. Curl your tailbone skyward. Exhalation through the mouth. Head and chest off the floor. Hold 2. Hold 3. Hold 4. Hold 1 more for me. Inhalation. Easy does it. Slowly, slowly release. Once you release, folding of your knees, feet towards the ground. Wiggle your toes, open up the 4 corners of your feet. Now your elbows under as we take now your hips off the floor. Gather the elbows inward so your shoulder blades are well engaged. Deepen the breath. Inhalation, look at your rib cage. Can you expand that rib cage? Exhalation, firm that tailbone skyward. Stay here for a moment. Let me just lubricate your lumbar sacral region. Can you gently oscillate that tailbone side to side? Almost like you're tracing a crescent moon with that tailbone side to side. One breath, one motion. Okay, curl that right hip skyward, dropping the left side. Clockwise rotation of that right hip. Relax your left and just activate the right side. Finding that clockwise lubrication, like you're lubricating that hip flexor there. Anti-clockwise rotation with that right hip. Anti-clockwise rotation, anti-clockwise rotation, anti-clockwise rotation. Left hip is just watching, left hip is completely passive. Now neutralize, both hips going now, one more skyward. Curling now, left hip skyward as you drop the right. Now feel for engagement, just that left side. Clockwise motion in that left hip. Like you're aiming towards your tail, towards your knee, and you're routing that clockwise motion with that left hip. Right hip is passive, just circle and articulate. Learning to isolate these muscle groups, these joint groups. Now anti-clockwise with that left hip. Inhale, half loop. Exhale, another half. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more inhale, exhale. Both hips will go there skyward. Gently take your hands to the outer edge of the ribcage. Spread your fingers nice and wide so you can use your hand as a cue. Deepen the breath into your hand. That's your inhale. Hold breath. Ground into your feet. Exhalation. Can you curl that tailbone up a little bit higher? Tuck the chin in a little more. Deep breath into your hand. Beginning, middle, ending of that breath. Hold breath. Slowly, exhalation, allow that tailbone to flow itself away from the ground. One more, inhale into your hands, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your breath through the nostril, tailbone going up. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 5. On your own now. Deepen that breath into your hand. Feel the expansion of the lower quadrant of your lungs. Feel intercostal muscle getting the breath. Your clavicular area getting the breath. Sternum should also lift. Exhalation firm into the leg, ground into the feet. Articulation of that tailbone is important. One more deep breath there. Next exhalation, release your hands. Rounding down now, upper back, lower back, very, very skillful. Like you get really good at articulating the motion of your spine all the way, right? Hang on, just one note here. When I asked you to curl that tailbone skyward, these guys, if you find that this articulation is not there yet, I would say, do your hip circles, do your hip circles. Eventually, you will learn to have more mobility in that hip joint. Okay, left leg is under, right leg is on top. Left hand goes right underneath your hand. Come to that place where you can feel like you're draping onto that left side. Okay, sense of engagement, finding that balance so that you don't need your right hand. See if you can come to that place where you don't need your right hand. Right hand will come to that rib cage. Spread your fingers wide. And we're going to use your hand to show you how to breathe there. Did you know that the lower part of your lungs has 7 times of the capacity to oxygenate your body? So usually we don't take the breath all the way down to the lower side. See if you can find your breath there. Use your hand to show you how. Deepen the breath as you feel now. The whole intercostal muscles start to swell. Sense of connection there. Exhalation, maybe sink a little more. Release as you become completely passive in this side. Okay, next stage, right hand either on the floor or close the first two fingers to the center of your heart. Ready, right foot off the floor. That's your inhale. Flexion of your ankle as we press up into the outer edge of the foot. Exhalation, returning down. Two more like this. Inhalation, articulation of your gluteus medius. Exhalation, coming down. Third one together. Only as high as the body allows, reaching up away from the body. Hold it there, one more deep breath, and exhalation, returning. Right foot will come right in front of you, in front of the left leg. Use your right foot to help you. Take this hand lower down towards the lower edge of your shoulder a bit. Okay, right hand is going to support you, or maybe you don't need that right hand. Coming up, inhale, exhalation down. Two more, here's your inhale, exhalation down. So initially, this foot is helping you, but later you don't really need this foot anymore. Some of you take your hand to the foot and you work with it like this, okay? So two more like this, with or without the lower foot. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more, inhale and exhalation. Right foot down, both hands going now out to your left side. Spiralically, bending of your elbows, look for the left hand. Look for the left hand. There you go. There's your first spinal twist. Allowing the body to follow your left elbow. Look towards that left elbow. If this is okay, how about adding one more traction? Right hand over that thigh as you play with that leverage. Towards your left hand, we're going to follow. That is your exhalation. Inhale, neutral, and exhalation. We spiralically turn and release. One more, inhale and exhalation. Some of us, we stay here. Some of you need a little bit of pulsatory motion to show the body how to release this habitual holding. Release, 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 right? Take a moment, just be really patient with yourself. Next inhalation, we release. Okay, right hand towards the inner foot. Bending that knee. Some of us, we stay here. Some of you go out this way, right? Coming back, inhale. Exhalation, hand is holding on to the foot, foot is holding on to the hand. If you need a little strap, take a strap to the arch of the foot. One more together, that's your inhale. Exhalation, release. Hang on. If your hand can hang on to the foot, first two fingers around the first toe, your big toes, and you take it out this way. Some of us, we stay here. You work this way, option two this way, option three, you have a strap, okay? Some of you, however, you come up here and perhaps you work it this way. Doesn't matter where you are, however you hang on to that hand, foot is as much in charge as your hand. One more deep breath, exhalation, back to exactly where we came from. Once you release, both legs are going forward, motion, motion, release, release, release. Bending of your knees, up and down. Roly poly, up, up, up. Roly poly, down, down, down. Roly poly, in. Roly poly, out, out, out. So stimulation of your spine, very, very important. Legs will be straight. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. Right hand down, left leg on the top. Find that place where you can really drape the lower part of the rib cage. Left hand now to the rib cage. Spread your fingers wide so you can use your hand to show you how to expand the breath into this area. Be as passive as you can, almost like you're sinking there. Deepen that breath, eyes closed there for a moment, so that you can synchronize your mind to the purpose of this pose. Let the breath go in there. That means you're taking your mind into that place where your hand is. So when you breathe, imagine you're taking sunlight, beams of light into the rib cage, like you're nourishing this whole right side. This is where your liver is, isn't it? Right? Deepen that breath, shining golden light. If you need a little support, left hand onto the ground. Otherwise, left hand to the center of your heart. Taking now left foot. That's your inhale. Here's now exhalation. Inhale, easy does it, only as high as the body allows. Exhalation, returning down. Third one together, inhale. There goes exhalation. Left foot now coming in front of the right, right? So grounding into the lower foot. With or without your help, inhalation, press into the lower foot. Find this alignment, meaning crown, tailbone, and back ankle is in one thread. Exhalation, returning down. Inhale, ground into the left foot. Let the left foot show you how to find that alignment. It's a wrist to wrist alignment. Exhalation, returning down. Third one together, there's that inhale. Elevating, and exhalation, returning. Both hands will come towards your right side. Bending of the right elbow, look for the right hand. Gyration in the, especially your TOJ region, where you just lubricated in the very beginning. Look towards the right hand as you exhale. Look to the right hand as you exhale. As much as you can, walk this right hand away from the body. Can we now use your left hand? Give a little pressure if the body allows. Now, pressing the left side away from the body as you gyrate the ribcage towards your right hand. That's your exhalation. So last week, your practice was all about your digestive organ, right? This is one of those things you can add to it. That's your exhalation. Let's stay, okay? If this is too much, look, just allow a little pulsatory motion. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Maybe there's a lot more getting stuck in the body that we need to be a little more tender about. Release, release, release. Next inhalation, returning, right hand underneath that shoulder. Okay, hand now towards the foot. Bending of the knee or stretch that knee straight. Inhale, neutral. Exhalation is the action breath. Hand is hanging on to the foot, but your foot is also connecting, hanging on to your hand. Some of you, first two fingers around the big toe. Some of you, this is comfortable, you work here, okay? However you hang on to it, use this strap if you need a little extra extension, please, okay? So continue with this one. Some of you, you start to work up here. Hand to the arch or first two fingers around the big toe. Deepen that breath, stabilize, firming the engagement of that lower leg. Deepen the breath into the heart. One more deep breath, exhalation. Same way you came into it, same way we return. Once you return, shake out those legs, shaking, shaking, shaking. So option one, look, this is your roly-poly. Option two, you know these ones. Both fingers and your toes are going skyward. Ready? However you work with it, there we go. Roly-poly, up, up, up. Roly-poly, down, down, down. Roly poly, in, roly poly, out, out, out. Inhalation, returning, closing the hold of your ankles. That will give you the transition to come to your hands and your knees. Once you come to your hands and your knees, oscillation, ribcage side, side. Okay, hang on, before you did these guys, cylindrical mobility of that heel, Jay. Can you deliver that same thing while you are here on your hands and your knees? Okay, looking down between your hands, inhale, puff out between your shoulder blades. Now, gently, start with the oscillation first before you start to take 360 degrees of cylindrical mobility. I would say let go of the neck. So the cervical spine also becomes the same unit. Your cervical spine, your lumbar thoracic, your lumbar sacral region, they all are being invited. Everybody's invited, and you lubricate and you release. Opposite rotation, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, go slowly, exhale. Like you're maximizing the mobility of your core articulation. Hang on, this part, pull your belly in, firming of the core, release, firming of the core, that's your inhale, and exhalation. Two more like this, looking down, let go of the neck, let go of the cervical spine, and you lubricate everybody. Next inhalation, we have toes foot tap. Inhale, arching open, exhalation through the mouth, knees off the floor, look towards your navel. Two more like this, lowering of your knees, inhale, arching open. Exhalation through the mouth, head and chest, release, look towards your navel. One more together, lowering of your knees, inhale, arching, and exhalation, lengthen into the space behind you. Gently, position of that shoulder. Release, letting go of the rib cage, letting go of the shoulder. One more deep breath, exhalation, release. Hang on, one thing here. I'm gonna ask you to work on these guys. It looks like you're doing hip rotations, except your belly is down, okay? If you're not used to me, work with it here on your hands and your knees. But if you're used to me, we do it up here with your knees off the floor, okay? So knees off the floor, look towards your navel. Spread your fingers wide, pack your knees together. Right leg first, right leg behind you. Bending of that knee, internal rotation, inhale. Exhale, leg will be straight. Inhale from the outside to the inside. Exhale away. Third one, internal rotation. Exhale away. One more, inhale. Exhale. Reverse motion, knee towards your forehead, that's your exhale. Inhale, right knee out to the side, external rotation. Exhale, knee towards the forehead, puff up. Inhale, out to the right. Two more, exhale, coming through. Inhale, out to the side. Exhale, coming through. Navel in, inhale out to the side. Take that back foot away from the body. Exhale, right foot together, coming back. Left leg now behind you. Inhale, knee out to the side, in internal rotation. Lower heel off the floor. Exhale, left leg behind you. Inhale, left knee rounds. Exhale, behind you. Third one, inhale, go slowly, follow the breath. Exhale behind you. Fourth, inhale. Straighten the leg, that's your exhalation. Stay here for a moment, deepen that breath. Square your hip, please. Exhale, puff up, knee towards the forehead. Inhale, out to the side, external rotation. Exhale, coming through, puff up. Inhale, knee out to the side. Exhale, coming through. Two more, inhale. Stay by the core, exhale. Pull your core in, inhale. Exhale. Bend knees slightly. We start to walk your feet forward towards your forward fold. Lower of your hands. Inhale, coming into that full circle. Elevation into the space above you. Interlacing of your fingers above you. Firm that wrist away from your crown. Elevation as you go, pulsation, pulsation, pulsation. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Let the rib cage release. Let the hip release. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Press into the feet. Inhale, we come. Elevation. Heels of the feet off the floor. Exhalation. Keep the height on your way down. Bending of the elbows. Wiggle, wiggle, flexing of your shoulder joints, side, 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 side. Deepen that breath, elongate first to the right. That's your exhalation. Bending of the lower elbow, release, release, release. Before we come up, pressing that wrist out to the side. Can you imagine you're pulling that hip further away from the shoulder? Inhalation into the space behind you. Almost like you're doing a little bit of back bend. Yes, before you come into the upright. Firm into the leg, squeezing into the ankles, into the thigh, into the quads, into the navel, coming up. Can you maintain that height very willfully as you descend the heels down? Deep breath. To now, left side. Bending of the left elbow, soften, release. A little bit like a willow tree. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Release, release, release. Arms will be straight. That's your exhalation. Stay here for a moment. See if we can have slight mobility, like you're pulling that right hip away from the shoulder a bit. Then passing through the space behind you before you come into the upright. Keep the length, keep the height before you release your hands down, down, down. Left hand here or on your support. Right hand holds your invisible thread. Pick up that knee with your magic thread. Inhale. Come to your balance. Navel in, exhalation. Bend that standing leg so you train the quads to be super strong. Here's your inhale. Relax into your navel center. Here's your exhale. Firming into the core. There's your inhale. Hover for a moment. Exhalation, return. Inhale. To the right. Exhalation. Returning, it's a figure eight. Coming back. Find breath. Deliver on or off the floor. Two more together. Deep breath. Knee and your hip and your foot. Exhale, hip, knee, and your foot. They're one single unit. Find uprightness. Shaft of light from the heaven through your body into that lower foot. One more. Deep breath. Letting go. Hip opening. Navel seal first before you bring that leg back to the center. Triangle base. Let the wind take the thread. Tailbone going forward. There's your inhale. Looking up into the space above you. Exhalation. Navel in. From that left hip back a little bit on your way into your forward folding. Shoulders will come down. Right hand first. There's your inhale. Lengthen, lengthen. Left hand's going to follow you. Point that left hand into the space behind you. Inhale, left. Navel sealed. Coming down into your forward fold. Lowering of your torso. Deliver that torso down. Right hand again, inhale. Lengthen, lengthen. Left hand is going to follow you. Add that little bit of back bend, tailbone forward. Left hand elongates. Right hand follow you. Now we spin out to your left. Going into your twist. Left hand by the hip or left hand will come skyward. Left hand comes down, that's your exhale. Inhale right. Exhalation left. Into the space above. They're behind you. Deep breath, inhale. Here now, exhalation. Inhale, left hand goes close to the sun. Top hand comes down, that's your exhale. Let me count the breath for you. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2. Exhale, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2. There, 3. I'm going to keep you here and stay. See if you have hip mobility here. If you don't, then you're asking your body to do too much. That means top hand to the waistline or just come up a little bit higher. Please don't force. Please don't will yourself into that place. Always use the wiggle thing to double check. If you don't have mobility here, you're pretty much stuck. Yeah, and that's not the point. Deepen that breath. If it's okay for your neck, how about looking up towards your upper hand? Again, it's a wrist to wrist alignment, crown to that tailbone alignment. Finding that deep breath, exhalation, top hand to the waistline. Bending of your front knee. Right hand out to the side. On the floor, on your block, push into that lower leg. Right leg behind you, stay here. Half moon people, you take that upper hand skyward. Deepen the breath as you pull now, back foot far away from the shoulder. Firming of the navel, finding that deep breath. Exhalation, both hands and your feet will come down. Take your feet about hip distance apart, please, into your forward fold. Standing back then, right hand first, that's your inhale. Left hand follows, exhale 1, exhale 2, exhale 3, tailbone forward. Release, inhale, rising, left hand. Exhalation, right hand follows into now, that first stage. Left hand comes, there's an inhale. Slowly, no rush, tailbone forward. Lengthen into the sternum. There's your exhalation. Go slowly, look towards that right hand. Inhale, right hand. Exhale, left hand. Lowering down. One more on each side. Right hand first. Inhale. Be really tall in your legs. Exhalation, tailbone forward. Be really strong in your legs. Inhale, firm into the glutes to rise. Firm into the legs to return. Find breath, elongation first. That's your inhale. Here now, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, returning, navel in first. Stepping down your hands and your feet together. Back to that first place. Horizontally, heels of your feet off the floor. Arms become very wing-like. Hover for a moment. Exhalation, returning. Right hand to the waistline or to your support. Left hand hold your invisible thread. There's your inhale. Use that magic thread to pick up the knee. Hover for a moment. Exhalation. Seal the navel. Center of gravity, center of your energy body right here. Coming up as you inhale. Hover for a moment. Exhalation. On or off the floor. Third one, inhale. Exhalation. On or off the floor. So the main cable, as you know, it's here, right? This is the secondary cable. Exhalation, firm into the standing leg, out to the left. Firm into the core, spiralic rotation to come back. Exhalation on or off the floor. Inhale. Navel seals, exhalation. Inhale, guided, returning. Exhalation, coming down. Last one together, deep breath. Arm and legs become like the branches of the tree. Let the wind take you. There's your inhale, coming back. Let the wind take the thread. Wrist to wrist alignment, hip to hip alignment. Left leg back. Left hand, full circle first. Tailbone going forward. That's your inhale. Exhalation. Please firm your right hip back a little stronger. Lengthen, lengthen before you come into your forward fold. Left hand first. There's your inhale. Right hand is going to follow. Looking towards that right hand into the space behind you. Inhale, navel in first, right. Left hand, exhalation. Slow, slow and complete. Looking down, forward fold. Left hand again, that's your inhale. Right hand follows you, tailbone coming forward. Looking towards that right hand. Inhale. Left hand follows. Lean forward into now your forward fold. Learn to pull that right hip back a little more. Left hand again, that's your inhale. Right hand behind you, into the space behind you. Right hand elevates, navel in. Pivot, pivot to the right. I'm gonna land you in a twist. Right hand up above you, left hand under the shoulder. Right, stay here for a moment, just check out this alignment. Crown is alongside the spine, crown in that tailbone. Wrist to the wrist, right? If you motion your hips side to side, if something is tucking, then you're doing too much. Just elevate that lower hand up a little higher, not to go too deep. Okay, top hand comes down. Right, left hand first, inhale. Right hand follows, tailbone going forward. Look for that right hand. Inhale, look for the right hand. Exhale, left hand down. Follow the gaze towards your right fingers. Almost like you're accessing your peripheral vision on your way up. Looking at that right hand. Looking at that left hand, inhale. Looking at that right hand again. Tailbone going forward. Then inhale, navel in. Exhalation, navel in. Right hand lifts, inhale, navel in. Looking at that hand, I'm gonna keep you here. Deepen the breath into the right side of that rib cage. When the exhalation comes, can you navigate like you're perfecting your alignment by pulling that right hip further back, just slightly more. Expansion of the heart is important. Being able to breathe into the rib cage, into your vital organ is important. Okay? One more deep breath and exhalation, top hand to the waistline. Bending of the front knee. Left hand out to the side, arm off the floor. Left foot behind you, right hand will follow. Right hand comes skyward. You have your half moon. Finding that deep breath, all your one-leg extension are really crucial for you to build and train the stamina of your legs, right? Which in return will give you a very healthy heart and very bright brain. One more deep breath. Feet are hip distance apart on your way down. That's your exhalation. Okay, then coming up, right hand first. That's your inhale. Go slowly, because I'm gonna keep you there in that standing back bend. Left hand will follow. Very, very slowly. So you switch on your ability to meditate as you practice with the physical body. Inhale left. Exhale right. Switching on your ability to watch yourself from the inside. Left hand trace that beautiful thread of light. Right hand trace that beautiful thread of light. Look for that right hand into the space behind you. Inhale right. Exhalation left. One more on each side. Inhale right. Elevate into the ribcage. You know how to do this one. Engagement of your quads, engagement of your gluteus maximus before you take your standing back bend. Let go of the neck, let go of the head. Inhale firm, lower lumbar, middle part of the spine, upper part of your spine. Core is completely engaged on your way back. Left side then, that's your inhale. Go upstairs first. Connection to the sun before you take that leg into the space behind you again. Firm into the legs, inhale. Hand and your feet are together. Returning center again. Horizontal extension, wrist line out to the side. Just map yourself in midair again. Hover for a moment. Exhalation, returning. Deepen that breath. Exhalation, feet now will be hip distance apart. Turning now your right foot out, left foot in. Deepen the breath. Inhale, turning your palms, elbow, and your shoulders. Whole arm two arms becomes a single unit. Inhale, internal rotation, exhale. External rotation, inhale, exhale, lowering that tailbone down. You come to your warrior two. Inhale, press into the back foot to rise. Navel in, seal the navel in, exhalation. One more together, finding that breath. Exhalation coming down. Inhalation here. Pulling now into the left side. Exhalation, you have your reversing warrior. The upper hand, there's that internal rotation. See if you can mimic spiralic motion in the elbow, in the shoulder, in the finger. Just give it a try if you haven't done it this way yet. Yeah, learn to stretch and then pull it back. So you're always caring for the elasticity of your joints, of your ligaments. You go really far, but you always come back. One more then, deep breath, exhalation, right hand now to your inner thigh. Left hand towards the floor. Ribcage towards your left, then give it now a little pressure. If this is too much, look, lower knee to the floor. You do want to open up the space between the ribcage and your thigh. This is your exhalation, right? Inhale, neutral. Exhalation, release. One more inhale, exhalation. Lower knee now, everyone, towards the ground. Right shoulder slides underneath this thigh. Come into it. Left hand takes the foot. Catch hold of the foot towards the body. Like you need to possess this leg. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So the relationship between your shoulder and the back of that knee have been established. Learning to flip the ribcage open towards your left is important. Okay, some of you, hand to foot people, you have this extension. Again, foot is hanging on to your hand as much as your hand hanging on to the foot. Okay, hang on. Stage 1 is here. Stage 2 is here. Stage 3 people, your back knee is off the floor and you get to play with this guy, releasing the foot horizontally out to the side. So different stage for everybody. However you work with it, find breath along the left side of the rib cage, please. If you have that back knee off the floor, make sure you're grounded in your core. It's not just the leg, but firming into the core. To release, coming back to where we just came from. Heel to heel alignment, coming forward. Hands on the shoulder. Turn your toes in a bit. Halfway forward, inhale. Bending of your elbows. Exhalation, forward folding. Release, release, release. Inhale, halfway up. Exhalation through the mouth, forward fold. Crown will come down. Inhale, back to the center. Through the nostril. A shaft of light from the heavens into your heart. Horizontal fingers out to the side. Can you literally include the blade of your shoulder for these rotations? Really understand your arms are the extension of your spine. And right in the middle of it, in between your arm and your spine, they're what? Your shoulders, right? Okay, this is your inhale. This is your exhale. Turning now your left foot out, right foot in. Deepen that breath. Here's your inhale. Here now, your warrior 2. Tailbone descends. Again, crown to tailbone alignment. Deep breath, push into the back foot to come up. Exhale, push into the back foot. Navel seal already. Core engagement should be there all the time. That goes under the category. This is number 1, your energy body. You hang on to it. Don't waste it. Always hang on to it. One more, inhale. Firm into the core, exhalation. Stay here for a moment. Go now into the space behind you. Right hand comes down, left arm over the top ear. Spiralically, learn to behave like a tree. Arm becomes like the branch of the tree. And here's the trunk, and you let the wind take you. Yeah? So much about yoga is you become back to nature, you return yourself back to the nature element again. You are the tree. Arms are the branches, and your torso is like the trunk. Your legs are the roots. Definitely very grounded in your legs. Very powerful in your legs and your feet. One more deep breath, please. Then exhalation, left hand to your inner thigh. Right hand in front of you. Ribcage towards the front hand, your right hand. And left hand gives a little pressure. Like you're trying to separate the distance between your hand and your torso. Some of us, right knee comes down. Please don't force. Please don't push. Everything will come when it's ready. There's your exhalation, okay? So doing it this way or just stay with a little pulsation is very helpful as well. Okay, finding that deep breath. One more inhale. Exhalation, release. Lower knee to the floor. Left shoulder comes down. Underneath that thigh. bending of the elbow, very bossy elbow out to the left. Bracing of the foot. Now you get to possess that foot. Hug the foot towards the body. This is your stage 1. This is your stage 2. Use a strap maybe. So remember, your foot needs to be as much in charge as your hand, even though it looks like it's a hand holding on to the foot. Your leg, your foot is much bigger, more powerful than your arm. Yeah, so this one, your legs are actually much more in charge. Some of you work with your back knee off the floor. That means tailbone coming down. Hackle the foot, open into the space on your left and flip the rib cage into the space above you. Again, footwork is important. Foot articulation, toe articulation, very, very important. On that breath you just articulated earlier. Remember where you had your hands on your rib cage earlier. Breathe there. One more deep breath. Same way you came into it, same way we release. Heel to heel alignment. Halfway forward, inhale. Exhalation, bending of the elbow. Shoulders down, release, release, release. Inhale, halfway forward. Exhalation, walking of your hands now towards the space behind you. If your crown can come to the floor, take your hands under the shoulder. If the crown can come to the floor, 1 foot off the floor. Headstand people, both feet off the floor. Headstand people, straddling of the feet. And curl that tailbone skyward. Connection to the way you breathe. Headstand people, bending of your knees. Take the soles of your feet together. That is your exhalation. Headstand people, take your navel in, please. Headstand people, check your elbow alignment, please. Headstand people, gain control in the core as you take your feet back out into your straddle. 1 more deep breath, everybody. Exhalation, lend your feet towards the floor again. Halfway up as you inhale, arching the rib cage forward. Exhalation, go to your left side. Walk your hands to the left side, flexion of your right ankle. If the hip doesn't come to the floor, take a little pillow. Give a little height so you can descend towards the ground. Your left foot should be pointing forward, not out to the side. Now train your ankle to be steady. Both the inner edge and the outer edge of your ankle are nicely equal to each other. Right hand now towards your left foot. Left hand spiral skyward. Deepen that breath. Exhalation, release, come to that right side. Some of us need a little bit of this. Some of us need a little bit of these guys. So if you go straight, look, there's a limit. But if you remember, you are part of nature and everything motions spiralically, then there's sort of no limit, right? So some of you working on hand to the foot or to the strap. Hand to foot people, you catch hold of the outer foot. However you work with it, your elbow awareness, elbow articulation means that you have articulation in your shoulders, means you have articulation in your spine. If you cannot move your elbow, most likely your spine is stuck. So we do want to use the practice to release, not to reinforce all the stuckness we have in the body, right? So come to that place where you can mobilize your upper elbow, right? Hand to foot people, can you look up towards your upper arm? And maybe allow yourself to lean back a little bit. Ground into that left foot. Now we breathe. Side of the rib cage gets the breath. Remember, you had your hand there earlier. That whole area that you've been working on today, see if we can bring light, shining golden sunlight in there. Deepen that breath, inhalation. Exhalation, releasing of your hands. Easy does it. Use the extension of the hand to return. Center again. Have I trained your legs strong enough that you can come up without the help of your hand? To the right side then. Descending, palms to the right. Flexion of your left ankle, tailbone down. Some of you need a little bit of this type of navigation, right? Some of you need a little lift. Make a little pillow underneath that hip if you need to. Right foot is aiming forward, right foot is straight. Left hand now to the front ankle. Right arm elongates skyward. Hang on, can you feel the difference between straight line versus spiralic line? It's an endless extension if you start to remember the spiralic shape that you're made of, how the muscles wraps around your bone, right? Deepen that breath. Surrender, coming to the left side, letting go. Okay, testing, this way. Pulsation, give yourself to gravity. Or this way, it's an internal rotation. Hand to foot, people, coming down, hand to the outer foot. However you work with it, you gotta figure out how to mobilize the right side of the rib cage, better yet, the right elbow. Hand to foot, people, can you look out towards that elbow? Can you imagine you're letting go of gravity, letting go into gravity, into the space behind you? If it doesn't bother your neck, shifting the gaze towards the space above you. Okay, come to that place where you can focus again. In the very beginning, in your bridge, you had your hands to the side of the rib cage. That's exactly the same breath work you ought to have. Inhalation is deep and long. Exhalation, slow and complete. Finding the fullness of the breath. That's your nourishing breath. One more inhale. Exhalation, releasing of your hands. Coming now back to the center. Both legs then will be straight in front of you. Motion of that leg, shaking. Bending of the knees, come lie on your back. Hands to the ankle, press your feet towards your hips. Option one, turn the palms out to the side. We repeat the very first one, learning to breathe here, learning to work with this articulation. Wheel, people, hands to the outer ears. Make sure your feet are well planted, please. Wheel, people, you come to the crown first. Wheel, people, find breath articulation before you lift your head off the floor. Same breath work. Inhale into the rib cage. Exhale, curl that tailbone skyward. Wheel, people, you gotta relax your neck so you can start to turn the gaze towards your hands. So this is where all your leg strength comes in handy. Deepen that breath. Inhale into the heart, all the way down into the clavicular area. Exhale, secure your legs, curl that tailbone skyward. One more deep breath. Wheel, people, chin in first. Check the elbow alignment on your way back. Bridge, people, also start to release with such a care, such articulation. Once you return, hands out to the side. Knees will be right above your hip, lifting of your shin, parallel to the ground. Okay, deep breath. Exhalation, knees towards your left elbow. Look to the right hand. Spinal twist with your core engagement. Use your core, everybody. Bring that knee back to the center. Use your core to deliver your knees towards your right elbow. Look for your left hand. Inhale, slower the better. Use your core to return your knees back. Exhale, knees to your left elbow, look to your right hand. So spinal twist from the cervical, thoracic to the lumbar. Inhale, neutral. Use your core to come up. Exhale, knees to the right. Look to your left. Stay here, let go of that left shoulder. Right hand above your left knee. Just stay and breathe. Straight leg people, you take your feet with the outstretched hand out to the right side. Deepen that breath. Right side is completely heavy and passive. Left side gets the breath. At the end of the exhalation, let's firm that navel in a bit. Releasing of your hand. Bend knee or straight legs. Inhale, neutral, center again. Use your core. Exhalation, knees or your feet towards your left. Straight leg people, take your feet to your hand. Bend knee people, rest your left hand to the outer edge of your right knee. Turn now, gazing towards your right hand. Eyes closed and deepen the breath. Right side of the body gets the breath. Left side of the body is completely passive. So if you were here last week, you worked on all the digestion navigation. This is also one of them. Breathe into the right side, your ascending colon there. Okay. Connection to the fullness of your breath. One more inhale. Straight legs or bend knee, neutralize center again. Bend your knees slightly. Take a look at your toes. Can you shake out your feet really well? Shake it enough, you'll feel like your whole leg, including the base of your sacrum, are getting a really nice stimulation. Zzz, like an upside down earthquake. Okay, slowly release your legs down. Take a moment, curl that tailbone skyward. Make sure your lumbar is well extended before you release your hips down. Shoulder blades off the floor. Can you navigate so you flatten the base of your shoulder blades onto the ground? Chin in slightly, elongation in the back of your neck as you release. The occipital part of your skull should be the landing point. See if you can feel that. Flexion of your ankles. Make sure the back of your legs are well extended before you release your feet towards the ground. Take your hands 2 inches beneath your navel. And use your hand to show you how to breathe, like you're nourishing this invisible umbilicus core there. Soften, soften. Eyelids should be completely heavy. Bridge of your nose is light. Side of your cheek completely relaxed. Base of your jaw, the flesh of your lips, the skin of your forehead. Breathe in the way that you're releasing all the skin, all the muscle tissues, all your nerve fibers, everything, everything, everything. Only thing that really lights up is where your hands are. Okay, this is the center, the doorway to your energy body. Take very good care of it. Always consider this is the primal station that you always return to. Breathe in the way like you're talking to all the tiny little bacteria in your gut, friendly flora that's responsible for your immune system. Your intuition also lives inside your guts, right? Think with this brain. Learn to light up this part of your body. You do want to be mentally completely relaxed, be completely in that trusting, letting go space. And same as always, inhalation is deep and long. Take that breath almost like in an endless way. Exhalation is slow, slow, and complete. Almost like you don't want to let go of the breath so quickly. So today is Sunday, the beginning of New Year, learning to nourish this very important area in your physical awareness. Like you're breathing in beautiful shimmery sunlight. Feel the warmth of the sun. Be inspired by this prevailing energy inside of your core. Initially, you breathe to nourish this spot. Later, you learn to breathe this spot to nourish the rest of your body. Your energy body is always free. Once you know how to cultivate this spot, you will feel a lot of vitality in all different layers of your makeup. In your emotions, in your feelings, in your thinking, in your movement. Sense of connection with your mind, almost like you recommit to the well-being of your energy body again. Okay, very gently, awareness to your fingers, awareness to your toes. Gather now, knees towards the torso. Just take a moment there. Connection to the fullness of your breath. Feeling the breath down into your lower back. However you return, coming now back to your seat. However that feels comfortable for you to come to your seat. Find the two edges of your sit bone. Use that little wiggle thing to resituate right in the left side of your body. Right? Unfold them. There's that inhale. Fingers become like antennas. They reach out to that highest good. If I am not for myself, you see that awareness, then who will be? Sense of commitment to yourself. Every day, every moment of the day. And inhale. And if I am only for myself, what am I? Exhalation, sense of commitment to all that's around us. However big or small. We are only real when we find ourselves in each other, isn't it? And last, if not now, then when? Every time when we trace the midline is that sense of togetherness, at one within yourself, at one with the world, at one with all that we love. Sign it on the dotted line. Yes, You did it! Thank you, everybody, for your attention focus. It's always lovely to practice and be together. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, Happy New Year. Wishing you a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, everybody.